So I'm looking at a red square with, it's basically, is it a negative? Is that what it is? I don't know what it is. It's some kind of like photo thing. I don't know anything about photography. And it's like quite big. It's about like a meter or so, a little bit square, but it's not quite square, but it's like a big block of colour, red ink, and it's got like splotchy kind of like quite like chemically looking deeper, darker reds, and then some lighter reds that kind of create, it's abstract, there's no like image in it, or like no like setting or figure or anything like that. It's just like colour and shapes that are like quite erratic almost, but also like quite organic, and you can tell have been done like in like a dark room or something with like chemicals or whatever the frick. And yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at.
And so what do you think is good about it?
What I think is good about it, I feel like it's got this like overwhelming as well as like incredibly like alluring depth to having one kind of, not block isn't the right word, but this colour that's like quite rich and given to you in a really like generous way in the size that it is, but it is also so textured that kind of gives you different feelings of like, whether it be kind of like visceral because it's like red, it reminds me of like blood, but it's also quite an earthy red. It's quite like organic in the shapes, as in I'm looking at something through like a microscope. So I feel like what I really like about it is how like there's a nuance, and it's got this nuanced ambiguity that allows you to find your own feeling from it, and it gives me quite like a resonating feeling because of that openness in its ambiguity. So I really like that. I really find it like immediately like it attracts my eye because of the richness of the colour, and it is really not like dictating in how it presents itself to you, although it's kind of so large in size it can feel like it's got quite a presence as well, but it doesn't overwhelm the viewer in like a it kind of it's got this like bizarre presence. I don't really know quite the words having looked at it in this short amount of time, but
so what would you change about it? And also you is
Izzy, what would you change about
what are
it?
you getting from this is?
I don't know. Is it, I'm trying to imagine it in my head.
Yeah, do that.
Is it textured?
Yeah, it's like, it's kind of like if you imagine like what are they called? Those little, sorry, I'm so bad I can't remember the word. What's it called? Like, it's not a palette. It's like one of those scientific petri dish. Like imagine that, and it's like a color, but you like kind of like microscoped up to it, and there's like these little breakages in the solidness of the color. The like, it's like kind of, it's not quite spiky, it's not quite round. It's very organic in that sense.
Yeah.
And then it's in this block, and it's quite big. So I'm like looking at it, and like it.
And I only see red.
It's like, shades and variations of red, but they're really like yummy red. Like, it's not like a flat colour by any means.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's got a little bit of orange undertones, like there's light in there. That changes it,
So what would you change?
What would I change? I don't know. This is really hard.
It doesn't have to be like, what would you do?
My first thing was to add texture.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How would you do that?
I don't know.
Well, because there's texture in the image, but the paper itself isn't actually textured. So would you add texture, like actual texture?
I think I want it to be protruding in air. I don't know. Like, like textured paper or...
Like growing, like
Or
it's
like,
growing
if-
itself.
or like a silk, like printed on, like the photo was printed on silk or
Oh, yeah.
material.
Yeah. Well, the paper, now you're saying, like, I hadn't really looked at, like, its materialness either, like, in terms of, like, the paper is, like, quite glossy, and there's a bit of, like, light in the room that's hitting off it, and it creates a bit of glare. So it'd be really interesting if it was, like, on a, more textured surface, like silk or fabric.
Maybe it'd sink into it.
What else would you change?
I'm not sure. That was kind of mostly what my brain was going to.
Yeah, nice.